Are we gonna 1, 2, 3, clap?
Wow.
That wasn't me, man. I was
not me either.
Yeah, it was a secret octopus behind you.
Secret.
Clapping all the
Crow.
Well, I'll just all clap whenever I feel like it. Whee!
I've got wings. How am I supposed to clap?
All right. Bob, start us off.
Oh, good. Let's start all this again. Welcome to Word Rango, the game show where dictionary definitions produce knowledge and comedy. 4 words enter, 1 word leaves, and is crowned champion. Our steely-nerved competitors, a writer, another writer, a voice actor, and that other guy. And now it's gloves off and set your dictionaries to fun. It's time for Word Rango. Here's your host, Mike Suzak.
Spooky.
I love that we have enough clout to get Vincent Price to do our opening for us. Bring him back from the grave.
Welcome to Word Rango. My name is Mike Suzak. This is the special Halloween-themed episode where we're sort of Halloween-themed. We're going to try, but we're going to fail, too. I'm joined, as always, by Bob Ball.
My word is candy corn.
Dave Hinkle.
Hello, hello, hello.
And Ryan Lewis.
Ghost.
We are all wearing, I asked all of us to come to this episode today wearing white sheets. So I thought we need to do something for Halloween. So unfortunately, we're not able to see our words or definitions. So this is all going to be a stab in the dark. Stab is also a nice little Halloween themed word I'm inserting there. So yeah, that's where we're going. Last week we had a tie for the first time in the 11 years that we've done this show. And so it's just basically a coin flip. Ryan, call it in the air.
Heads.
It was tails. I win.
God
so I'm
damn.
going first. I get first word for the first time ever, which is fucking wonderful. My word this week is decollate.
That's so Halloweeny, man.
That's a good one.
Decolate?
It might be. I think it's decolate. Actually.
Yeah, because I was gonna say that's just where you take papers that you've organized and then you decollate.
Yeah, it's like you go to Kinko's and just rip apart binders and ruin people's Excel presentations.
well, okay. Are those your definitions, Ryan? Why don't you start us off, giving us your official definition
of
guess
of decolate, not decollate.
Decolate or decollate.
Decollate. Yeah, because I was going to say it's exactly what Dave just said. But a decolate is someone. It's someone who robs graves and has sex with corpses.
They sound super fun.
While watching Final Destination 5. How does that do for you, Dave?
Oh man, that F5 action.
Yeah.
It was a very refreshing movie. Get it, F5. That was the nerd joke of the episode.
Oh, like refreshing it or something.
Dave, what do you think decolate means?
Decolate. Well, I want to say that's a satisfactory level of collate. Like, I want to say that it's like you've done a decent job at collating something. Not great, not bad. It's satisfactory. It's like a C+ level collation. I mean, there's no other way to really define that word. Now I've got it stuck in my head, and
so you have like a term paper. You're running to class. You didn't have a stapler. They're all just loose sheets.
Yeah, but they're in order though. The page numbers are in order, so that's.
And you bump into someone, and the pages are all over the place. So you have to collate them. And you're saying that you do it in a kind of okay job, like it kind of goes like 1, 2, 4, 3, 5.
Right,
6,
but
7.
you're not just bumping into somebody. You're not bumping into like Judy from your home economics class or whatever.
Yeah, fucking Judy.
No, you're bumping into a ghost, a werewolf, a merman.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween, guys! Happy Halloween. Yeah, so and that's a common misconception is that like ghosts just pass through you. Like we've all seen Ghost Dad, and like that's how Hollywood wants us to think that's how ghosts work.
Yeah.
But no, ghosts actually have a little bit of
that's what liberal Hollywood wants us to think.
Yeah, that's what liberal Hollywood wants you to think.
They want us to think he's Bill Cosby.
Ghosts are semi-solid, so like, you know, there is some actual force there. You're hitting somewhat of a wall. You're hitting a spectral wall, if you will, and then your papers go flying, and you're like, whoa! And it's very funny.
Well, and after, has it been proven? I don't know if this is just one of those like sort of theories that are kind of floating out there like ghosts, but that after you die, you lose all sense of coordination because your what is that part of your brain that's at the base of your spine, like the base of your neck or spine where it meets or whatever. Yeah, like kind of the equilibrium, like
the hunchback. Your hunchback.
Your hunchback. You lose sense of your hunchback,
okay.
So you don't have any sense of coordination. So ghosts are clumsy as fuck.
Yeah.
They're totally unhunched.
Yeah, it's like you know how when you get like really tired and you feel like you're drunk, but it's not like fun. It's not like that fun kind of drunk, like where you know it's kind of like that.
I need to find a pillow right now.
Yeah, it's like it's some kind of kid that just meanders into a dark room and it's like bumping into a drunk child basically. It's like bumping into, you know, dressers and closets and bureaus.
And while we're at it, Casper Unhunched, I think is a great.
Yeah, it's like the Django Unchained of like ghost movies.
Casper Unhunched.
I like it.
Oh man, can
That's
we please make that movie, you guys?
I think the world needs it, really.
Yeah, I don't think Tarantino's doing anything right now anymore. So.
No, and he's perfect for that too. Yeah. Okay, good. So, decolate is the process by which you
shittily collate something.
Shittily collate something.
Well, no, it's not shittily. It's satisfactory level. I mean, it's C+. You put some
C+,
like
level.
a C+ level. Like you put some effort into it. You made sure the pages line up. There are a couple blank pages in there, but you know, you made sure the numbers line up and they're in order. You have a cover letter, and it is, you know, within one of those loose, really shitty plastic kind of binders.
Now, is it the same thing? Like, is it the same word for when you bump into a ghost, or is it like a regional thing where in another region it works for bumping into werewolves? That's what I want to know really quick.
Well, that's werculate. You know, you have gasculate, you have werculate, you have merculate, you have draculate, which is when you bump into Dracula. You know, there are tons
is there
of
a Count
variations
Chocolate?
yes. Yes. And then, you know, there's a booberculate when you bump into the blueberry monster. You know, all that stuff.
Oh man, that's so great that those words exist.
I'm so mad I didn't come up with Draculate.
Yeah, I mean, college is not like it was when we went, you guys, because we all went to college because we're all very smart people. And we definitely went to college. It's much more dangerous these days, especially since they started letting in supernatural entities. So
especially since Chocolate.
Yeah, well, he deserves an education too, you guys. You know. Maybe he wants to move beyond, you know, chocolatey.
Now, if you accidentally bump into Nate Dogg and Warren G, is it regulate?
I think so.
Yeah. Man, you don't want to bump into those guys.
No, you definitely don't want to take Warren's wealth.
No, you don't. Okay, so that's Dave's definition for decolate. Bob, we need your guess.
Decolate is when you take something like a small object like a crayon or a pencil or maybe a handful of jelly beans, and you put them up inside your urethra.
Oh, damn it, Bob!
God damn it.
It's decolate, and
it's too early in the morning for penis atrocities. Come on, man.
Happy Halloween.
Well, I mean, you get a bunch of candy on Halloween, and you don't have anywhere to put it. I mean, your pockets are
bring
just
a bag with you.
are just full.
Bag.
Like,
or maybe you didn't plan ahead. Maybe this is not something that you thought, oh, I'm going to get like 15 pounds of candy. Maybe you thought, well, my costume's kind of crappy. I just dressed as
a crow raven.
I just got I just got a sheet, put it over my head, and everyone thought I was in the KKK. But I got all this candy because I went to a super racist neighborhood. So where am I going to put all this candy? Well, my urethra's open. I guess.
Nobody went trick-or-treating with me. You know, I'm going to go home. I'm going to put on a little bit of, I don't know, what would be some good music? Some John Cougar Mellencamp, something like that. Put something on, you know, kind of just sit around and shove Warheads and Sour Patch Kids up my junk.
Ooh. I was thinking like Bit of Honeys and like, you know, or Necco wafers. You get them up there.
You're all about the Bit of Honeys and Necco wafers.
I was thinking at least something that's round, you monsters, like, you know, Sixlets or something. But no, you're like shoving bits of honey and like
what is a Necco
dull
wafer?
knives.
It sounds like candy that was invented for corpses.
It's if
that's
you've
a
had
necrophilia wafer.
Yeah. Now that's the candy that you get and you're just like, well, I don't know what to do with this, so I'm just going to shove it up my penis.
It's like there are those I can't remember what, but there are these candies that are like little bottles or whatever, and there's stuff inside of them, but they're like made out of wax. And people would fucking eat the wax bottles too.
Yeah, I totally remember that shit. Why does that exist, man?
I don't. Lord knows why half of these little fucking candy concoctions exist. You know, like there are little gummy things that look like burgers for some fucking reason. Like,
but you know what though, I kind of like that.
Peanuts.
Because the way that people eat certain types of candies, I feel like tells you their level of mental retardation. So like, take it for example, sunflower seeds, right? Like some people just like grab a whole handful, just shove them in their mouth, eat them, chew them, swallow the shell, and are just like happy as hell, right? And I think that very much tells you that, like, yeah, that person's not all there mentally, you know? It's like if somebody enjoys a piece of cake too much, then it's like, yeah, that person might be reading at a 5th grade level, you know?
Wow. Well, we need
you do realize that those shells will pass. They do come out of you.
Well, I don't know. I'm not.
I feel like I may have just said too much.
Yeah, Bob did have tonsillitis this week, caused from like an inflammation from eating like a whole like all these like batch of sunflower seeds in the shells.
And I ate the bag they came in.
All right. Moving on. We have the actual definition of decolate. It is to behead someone.
Ooh.
It is to behead someone or take someone's head off. It comes from Latin de and Latin column being neck.
So
I don't know how to pronounce
someone.
the Latin things. Yeah, so you decolate, and it's a verb, so you decolate someone, and meaning you cut their head off. So we need to do a thing with this word, and I'm going to need all 3 of you to participate. Bob, you are a homeowner. It's Halloween night, and there are trick-or-treaters. The trick-or-treaters being Ryan and Dave coming to your house, and you have the worst fucking candy in the world, made out of someone you, I guess, decolated. I don't know. That's up to you. And you have to actually convince them to take your candy. Like, they really don't want to have anything to do with it.
Gotcha.
Trick or treat. Trick or treat.
Why are you people on my porch?
It's Halloween. Give us candy.
What?
Give us candy now.
Oh, is it already October 31st?
Oh, what do you got for us?
Wait here 2 seconds. I need 2 seconds. I'll be right back. Hang on.
What an asshole. Like, you didn't even say anything about our awesome-ass costumes. I mean, you know how long...
I'm a crow, and obviously, not a raven.
Okay, I'm back. Okay. I'm back. Let me see what I got here. I just pulled out this bag from downstairs.
That's a big bag. That's like a duffel bag.
And
how
about I give you... You're in a great little... Oh, are you a KKK member? I got a great little great little thing for you. Here's this for your little bag.
Oh, that's heavy. Whoa, that's heavy. And it's
be careful. That is still moist.
It's
that came from a good friend of mine made that.
Is my candy supposed to be staring at me with soulless dead eyes? This is a head. You cut off a head and put it in my bag.
You just decolated your
No,
neighbor.
that's Barry from down the street. He's a vampire. So I Draculated him.
Well, it's nice because Barry's Hispanic, and my dad makes me dress up in his KKK outfit because he thinks that, you know, the white race is the best race. I particularly don't agree with it, but hey, he's my dad. You know, what am I going to do? So that's kind of nice. I appreciate that. But also, you just gave me a severed head. So am I supposed to like put this on 350 and warm it up? Do I just eat it raw? Like, how do I do this?
Okay, two things. You're going to want a white wine reduction with that.
White wine.
Because
okay.
White wine reduction. Because it's the master wine.
Saute some onions.
And two, I think we're going to drop this all together because you seem a little old to be trick-or-treating, my friend. You're like 37. Okay, so let's look in this bag again, see what else I've got for the other one of you. And you're dressed like some sort of rabid squirrel. Here you go. That is something that is super special. That is a decoupage of decollated things.
Wait.
Wait, does this guy he forgot it was Halloween because he was too busy reading books? Like, really? Come on, guy.
I decoupaged that with all of Martha Stewart's, not only just her heads, because she does have more than one.
She's a Hydra.
What,
She's a Hydra, yes.
You think she doesn't have extra? She's very crafty. She made new ones. But it's also all of her servants' heads as well.
Okay, keeping with the racism theme.
Yes.
So
there you guys go.
It's really fortunate, Ryan, that you decided to bring a roll top to trick-or-treating because you're apparently carrying 14 heads away from this house.
No, this is great. Well, it's a decoupage.
Yeah, I feel like I got gypped here. This is pretty horrible.
Well, all right. Let's just...
That went really dark. Went down a dark path there, you guys.
Well, I guess it's Halloween. Like, we're
Happy
supposed
Halloween.
to. Happy Halloween. Here's everything we can think of about racism and killing people. Here you go.
Let this do it.
Okay, good stuff. Decolate, Draculate. I like it. We need to get someone else's word this week. Word. And I'm going to say Bob. Bob, give us your word this week.
The most frightening word of the week is macabre.
Macabre.
Or if you prefer, macabre.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
Let's just
is
stick
that
with
one of
macabre.
those weird foreign words that doesn't end in ER, ends in RE, like the centre or the library?
Theatre.
The entree. The Canadian interview office ray? I don't know. It's...
Yeah,
Ray
yeah.
J.
Yeah.
A?
Is it MACABRE?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. All right. Macabre. Ryan, what do you think macabre means?
I'm pretty sure it's like dealing with death, like deathly, disgustingly dead.
It's like the Deathly Hallows, like where Harry Potter fought Gandalf for supreme control of Middle Earth.
Harry Potter.
Yeah, because that definition has only existed for like a decade or however long it's been.
Are you sure? No, I think macabre has to do with Harry Potter's like cousin Jerry Potter, right?
Everybody always forgets about Jerry, and I'm sick of it, you guys.
Yeah.
He just can never find the actual like place in the train station where he's supposed to go to school. He's just sitting there. That's the whole saga of Jerry.
Like 18
Jerry
books,
Potter.
like he just lives on that platform eating rats and growing older. Just like growing out of his clothes.
It's like a Shel Silverstein poem, yeah.
It is like a Shel Silverstein poem. That's good. It's like what is that? Lemony so whatever. Lemony Snicket, sort of like.
Oh, those are the best candy.
Lemony Snickets. Okay. So I don't know what you're. It's deathly. Something to do with deathly. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna say that macabre is sort of being like kind of heroic, you know, like dashing and heroic. Macabre. It's having that quality, you know. It's like Zorro. Zorro is macabre. Okay. It's like a vigilante that's really heroic sort of thing. That's what I'm gonna say. Macabre.
So Batman, basically.
He's dark and. Yeah.
I'm gonna need you to fill me in here. Batman?
Well, you said like, you know, heroic vigilante. I mean, Batman is the most heroic vigilante, and he's dark, he's foreboding, he speaks in a gruff, stern yet sensual voice.
I'm thinking more Zorro personally, because Zorro really like he's very suave, whereas Batman is kind of chunky.
Where
he's
does he
chunky.
get those wonderful
Who
swords?
are you? I'm Zorro.
I'm Zorro.
Where's Selma Hayek? Okay, I like it.
And plus that motherfucker cut Z's into you. It didn't matter if he's like, if he's late for a meeting or something. It's like, nope, I gotta cut a Z into you real quick.
It's kind of funny. That guy invented graffiti. Like, we don't give him that credit, but he invented graffiti.
You think he invented graffiti?
Oh, absolutely. He was the first
Not
one that
like
was...
cavemen that used to paint on walls.
No,
like
because they owned them walls. They were their own walls. That was like them discovering culture, art, and also trying to get boned by like gross, big-browed cave women. Whereas Zorro was just like, he was marking up barrels, he was marking up trains, he was marking up books, bottles of tequila, people, like scores and scores of people. No, he invented graffiti without a doubt.
Now, one of the things, and the reason why I love Zorro so much is that the actual history, because Zorro is a real person. Let me make that clear.
James T. Zorro, yes.
James T. Zorro. One of the things that gets literally lost in translation is the fact that Zorro didn't start with a Z, it was an S. And so when he was adapted to American popular culture and was brought into the movies, the TV shows, and sort of the folklore of Zorro, they changed it to a Z, but he actually used to carve S's. And because... What? Yeah, and think about it, though. Why would you change that? Because everybody thought it was a 5. No one really knew whether or not it was an S or a 5, so they changed it to a Z. Zorro sounds cooler than Sorrow.
So you got busted by 5-0.
Right. And Favoro is not, like, that's not really, it doesn't even make any sense.
But that's just America, though, you know? We have a rich, proud heritage of taking things and
fucking changing
and destroying
them better,
and making them our own way. I mean, case in point, hot dogs inside of pizza crust. So
right,
like,
or Native Americans, we made them our own. Well, that's terrible. You can go your own way. trying to save myself from rampant racism.
Yeah. If I could, I would.
So
yeah,
Zorro.
No, I think that's inaccurate because Zorro in Spanish actually means fox. And he wears that like little mask thing that kind of makes him look like a fox.
A fox in a hat.
Oh, so foxy.
Yeah, I think that's not true.
Well, but
hey Zorro, you want to carve a Z in me?
But think about it, though. Zorro was very brooding as well. And sorrow is sorrow. So that makes perfect sense, too, Ryan.
No, he was always just apologizing. I'm sorry, I really have to cut an S in you. I mean,
I'm sorry, you're going to need
it's just a thing I do.
Take this 5.
And then yeah, it's like, well, and then the motherfucker that has blood coming out of his chest and abdomen, it's like, wait, I'm looking down at this and I can't, is this a 5 or an S? Like, if I look in the mirror, it's like, well, no, that's an S, but it looks like a 5. You have a little bit of a flat. Like, do you want to go again? Do you want to carve a little bit again? Like,
his dying moments are just debating whether it's a 5 or an S, like some kind of crow versus raven battle, yeah.
Right. I mean, it would be like the Riddler using an exclamation point. No one understands.
Why are you yelling at me?
It's not even the Riddler. It's like the exclaimer or something, you know? Yeah. He's just making statements. He's not even asking questions. Okay, macabre. Dave, what do you think macabre means?
All right, macabre is the term for popular James Bond villain Oddjob doing the Macarena. So... I mean, think about it. Think about how many times in your daily life you've been walking down the street and you just see Oddjob doing the Macarena. Like, he refuses to let it go. Like, okay, Los Del Rio was a thing. It happened in the 90s. Like, we all accepted that it was a fad that existed in our lives for about 15 minutes. But Oddjob is a really tough time letting go. And so everywhere you see him at the checkout line at a grocery store, you know, the unemployment line for food stamps, because let's face it, I mean, nobody really needs hats thrown anymore. We can kind of all throw our own hats. Like, he's out of a job. He has a very specific occupation. So we had to come up with a term because we were just so sick and tired of saying, oh, there's Oddjob over there doing the Macarena again. Like, we're busy people. We're Americans. We have things to do, and we have you know, ghosts to bump into and decolate. So, you know, we needed a term for that, and so we came up with macabre. And it was like, man, there's a macabre happening right behind you. Don't look, don't look, don't look. There's a macabre right behind you.
I feel like Oddjob doing the Macarena is sort of like a Slender Man-esque, like, you know, internet-born mythos, like legendary, haunting sort of apparition.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say like Slender Man doing the twist. Like, we should think of things like, you know, Dracula doing the Cabbage Patch, or like, you know, Frankenstein's monster doing the shopping cart, or
Sure.
things like
Well,
that.
Is that a thing? Someone does a shopping
Oh
cart?
yeah,
Well,
like next time, we'll Skype it out later. We'll do a Skype video chat. I'll show you how to do it, and then you can woo the ladies.
What I'm wondering is whether macabre actually means different kinds of monster-like creatures doing different types of dances. Because you're talking about Oddjob doing the Macarena, and that's fine as far as villains go. But I'm wondering if maybe your definition is limited in scope, and that maybe there are other pairs, that match up, like you're saying, like the shopping cart and what was it, Dracula doing the shopping cart, or someone mowing the lawn, like doing the lawnmower, doing the sprinkler,
the lawnmower man doing the lawn.
Yeah.
So let's redefine this. How about any either second level monster or henchman,
or henchman, henchman.
Okay.
especially out of work henchmen.
So like Krang doing the worm would basically be
It's
macabre.
he more does the slug.
Yeah.
Second tier, like, I mean, now I'm trying to think of like second tier sort of villains, and like it's like, I don't know, Frankenstein doing the chicken dance or something. Like I mean,
I'm just thinking Bond villains, man, like Jaws doing like the Running Man or something like that.
That's a big running man. That's a big running man.
It would be pretty sweet.
Okay, well, macabre. Bob, I want you to tell us the definition of macabre.
Macabre. Involving death or violence in a way that is strange, frightening, or unpleasant.
So that's Ryan. Ryan, you won that definition clearly. I mean, you said having to do with death. You were pretty, like, so.
You were pretty unpleasant.
It's especially unpleasant, which you could argue pretty much all death is unpleasant. But I mean, yeah. I guess there's like something that's especially so having to do with Halloween and Final Destination 2. So,
yeah, and I would think if you got Draculated or Decollated, like that would be a macabre way of dying. Yeah.
Oh,
Very
yeah,
grisly.
Yeah. So, like, if you accidentally bump into Medusa and you look her in the eyes, you turn. Not only do you turn to stone, but your final exam paper is just all over the place, and that's just that's the unpleasant part.
Right.
Well, I know something.
Must be hard to go to school with her
because Medusa is one hot mama. Am I right?
Yeah. I mean, they really made her look like shit in a lot of the, the kind of, what is it? I don't know what is it, Grecian or Roman mythology? Yeah. They really made her look like shit in a lot of those sorts of stories, but in reality, she was fucking banging. She was very banging. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All those snakes on her head, and the snakes weren't, well, we all know. I mean,
well, they were all Martha Stewart's servants, obviously.
Okay.
Her snake servants. I mean, before Martha Stewart, they had to work too, I mean, that's the good thing about servants is that they're immortal. They're like Highlanders. So, just know that if you treat a, Mexican cleaning lady poorly today, future generations from now, your children will probably, she'll remember that. So make sure you tip well when you stay at the hotel, guys.
There's a strong possibility that we're veering into the most racist episode we put out there. Like, we're gonna get flagged by iTunes.
Well, it's Halloween, man. Like that's
it's the most racist holiday of the year.
It's not about racism. It's about scary shit. It's not about racism.
Well, what's more scary than racist? The most tumultuous time in our nation's history.
Or like the world's history, yeah. Well, now this is getting dark. So to reel it back, I'm counting on Ryan having a word that isn't totally terrible. Ryan, what's your word this week?
Well, I'll see what I can do. All right, my word is going to be clandestine.
What? That's not a Halloween word.
Sure it is. Clandestine?
It's also clandestine. Okay.
No, it's not, Dave, and I don't think we're going to... Yeah.
25 feet of large clandestine.
Yeah. Dave, we're never going to refer to you when we're looking to pronounce a word.
No, I'm picturing, like, Big Hoss, like, holding some suspenders. He's, like, pulling them out a little bit in a rocking chair, and he's like, clandestine. Let me tell you about the time of the clandestine. No, but that is how you say that word. You are all wrong.
Okay, well, I'll go first. Clandestine is when you open up a clam and there's a grapefruit inside, and no one knows why, how there's a grapefruit inside the clam, but it goes from being clam to it's clandestine. It's a very rare moment. It's very rare that you find a grapefruit inside of a clam, but that is clandestine.
I was hoping that you were gonna say like it's like Clam Fest at Red Lobster or something like that. And you're clandestine. Like
Red Lobster is reappropriating that for their own use. I mean, they're definitely using clandestine when it's that time of year. When the haul comes in from the East Coast, wherever they fucking catch clams.
It's clamor time. Yeah,
it's clamor time.
I think you just wrote their commercial.
You could just picture those commercials, right? I mean.
Right.
At Red Lobster, it's clamor time.
Okay, yeah, we need some
Come
Red
down
Lobster.
for clandestine fest.
Time.
We need some clandestine commercials, guys. You guys should come up with some Red Lobster clandestine commercials.
We just did.
Yeah, I think we did. Well,
I wanted more production value. Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay, so you picture it's panning out of a plate on a nice wooden table. There's some lobsters. Lobsters are off to the side, but there's a big pile of clams, right? And there's one clam that opens up, and it's sort of like the camera shoots in to show that clam opening up, and the screen kind of starts going white to show all the glory coming out of the clam. And there's a grapefruit right in the middle.
Damn
and then
it!
You hear
Stop with your grapefruit.
you have a voiceover.
Everyone leaves the restaurant.
No, you have a voiceover that's MC Hammer, except in this case he's MC Clamor, and he says it's clamor time, and then it's sort of like the lovely voice of the woman that usually talks during a Red Lobster commercial, and that's when you have like the words clandestine, come on down Red Lobster for clandestine days, which is, what is it, November 12th to December 18th?
Sounds right.
No, that's way too long. It's like December 13th through part of the 14th. It is like a hardcore 36 hours.
Yeah, it's more mysterious and more aloof than the McRib days. Like,
get here before 2:31 p.m.
They get the real hardcore people out there, and they're just like attacking basically the servers, trying to get these clams. And, like,
right. Well, I mean, now that you say it needs to be a short period of time because the grapefruit goes bad really quick.
No one wants your grapefruit.
I'm just saying. I mean, have you ever had clam with grapefruit and then you put some sugar on the grapefruit? Wow, really? Are you serious? Have you not been to a Red Lobster?
No, I have, and I don't think the clientele would be too stoked about grapefruit being in the clams. I'm just saying.
Give me the cheddar bay biscuit. No, it's
like
a very rare delicatessen.
Plus, it's like a lucky thing, right? Like there's that old New Year's bread or whatever that like those Mick Irish bastards used to eat, where it's like if you got a piece of like cloth in there, it's like, oh, you're gonna get married in the next year. It's like if you get the grapefruit inside of the clam, then you're gonna basically lose an appendage in the next year, or maybe possibly
but it's a lucky appendage.
Beat a murder rap. Oh, my alarm's going off. Sorry.
He has to get the
Dave's clandestine is done. He just had that in the oven.
Yeah.
Had that in a nice white wine reduction.
And that's the thing that's going to make you feel better about it, Ryan, is that not every clam has a grapefruit in it, but if you find one that does, you are one lucky son of a bitch. It's
like the clouds part. This angelic chorus is in the background.
Not a Red Lobster.
Yeah.
Also, can we?
It's super expensive to have that angelic chorus just standing there waiting for someone to find a grapefruit. But they do it. So, it's clandestine days.
Can we go back to MC Clamor? Because I'm really picturing a rapper who refuses to open his mouth and he just raps through a closed mouth the entire time. And I think that would be really funny. He's just like you can't really understand.
I was actually picturing like just a clam where MC Hammer's head would be. Mm-hmm. So he's basically MC Hammer, but except there's just an anthropomorphic clam on top of him.
With googly eyes, like googly eyes stuck to him.
Yeah.
I like it. Let's make it happen.
So clandestine.
Hire us.
Oh God. Fucking sales to the roof. Making it rain clams.
Just for a day. Just
for about 36 hours, yeah. Bob, what is clandestine? mean?
Clandestine. That is where
He's got a new character now, Jebediah, Soulsworth.
Jebediah Soulsworth clandestine.
that's where you have a large amount of your intestines, which have been removed by someone from the Ku Klux Klan.
Wow. Okay.
Racist Halloween.
Still racist Halloween. Oh.
I mean, he's a doctor and all. I mean, don't get me wrong, but you had that.
Yeah.
Oh, you had that clandestine operation. I see. How you feeling?
Well, he's not a doctor yet. He's
feeling super racist.
He needs to get through his 7th year of Klan medical school. But yeah, he's making it happen. He's got big dreams, guys. Like, support him a little bit, okay? I know he's horribly racist, but racist people dream too.
Okay, Dave, what's your definition for clandestine?
All right, so you guys know about manifest destiny, right? Like, we brought up Native Americans earlier. And so manifest destiny was this crazy notion back in the day that Americans needed to extend from coast to coast. And it was our God-given right to command this entire country from East Coast to West Coast. And by golly, we were going to get it done. And we were going to get it done by any means possible. So clandestine is somewhat similar to that, but it's the belief that every young Klansman in the Ku Klux Klan needs to make a pilgrimage back to Mecca, which is where Klan comes from. The Ku Klux
Alabama?
Klan originated in actual Mecca, like in the country of over in the Middle East. Like,
sorry, what was that country again?
Yeah. It's a lot of. It's hard to say.
Summer Sanders.
I mean, Summer Sanders sounds like a weekend news reporter. So it's every young.
Hi, I'm Summer Sanders here with your Klansman news report.
He's an Olympic swimmer, I think, right?
Yeah. It's like Icelanders.
Oh, it's like an actual real person.
Yeah.
Also,
yes.
I mean, how? Let's give it up to Summer Sanders for getting a gold medal and beating all odds, because you get named something like Summer or Candy or Destiny or Jasmine, like you're pretty much going to be a stripper. So good on her for beating all odds. But
she also hosted,
and for beating that murder rap.
She also hosted the TV show Figure It Out on Nickelodeon. She slimed people all the time. That was part of her thing.
You're talking about what you can't do that on television? Is that what you're talking about?
Something
like
like that.
Her and Alanis Morissette.
Yeah, Google her up. You see who Summer Sanders is.
Google the shit out of her. Yeah.
Summer Sanders.
It's the Colonel's daughter.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, clandestine is the pilgrimage every young Klansman makes back to the Ku Klux homeland of Mecca in Suriname.
Okay, well, we need to move on because the show is running long and I'm making up excuses for us to get away from the racism. So,
step away.
Ryan, please tell us what clandestine means.
It means done in a spooky or private place or way, or done secretly in a spooky way. This is exactly what it said, too.
It has nothing to do with spooky, does it?
Yeah, it's a Halloween word, and that's what it means.
So clandestine is a pilgrimage you make to the Klan homeland, but you do it secretly.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Well, I mean, it's like like the Freemasons, right? Like they all know where the Holy Grail is, and they're not telling anybody who isn't a Freemason. So it's just like the Klan.
Oh my God, they know where the Grail is?
Yeah, they know exactly where it is, dude. I mean, come on, read a book sometime, Bob. But yeah, like so the Klan.
A Dan Brown book.
They all know like the actual like origin point where like the first Klanman sprouted up from the ground, and he just like kind of rose up on two.
So we're
two
saying
legs.
that racism's born from the earth. This is good. This is really good.
Yeah, this is what you can do to rein this in here, buddy.
Well, it's unnatural. It's not like a it's not a very organic thing. It's supernatural, if you will. Like all Klansmen are ghosts because all ghosts are racist. So yeah, that sounds right. I'm gonna go with that.
That makes total sense now.
Oh, God damn it. God damn it. All right, kept secret or done secretively, especially because illicit in a spooky way. We skipped this last time, and I don't really care, but Ryan, you have to do some sort of scenario for us.
Something that's non-racist.
Please.
Good luck on that.
All right, you guys are two witches, and you're trying to get your cauldron down some stairs into a clandestine spooky
Who is?
place. Sorry, Suzik and who's gonna be the last racist?
Probably Bob Ball. Probably definitely Bob Ball.
Bob and Suzik.
All right, well, Bob, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to take the lead here. I'll go down first, and I'll carry this cauldron, by the way, boiling hot. I don't know why you decided to not let it cool down before we carry it down these 43 flights of stairs. But I'll go down first, and I'll take this handle, okay?
You can take the handle, but why don't we just take the elevator? I mean, I had it installed last week. But if you insist on taking this...
Well, since we're already down 21 flights, I mean,
we're moving fast.
I'm not going back up to take the elevator down. And didn't you make the dimensions for the elevator like you have to squeeze in there, don't you? I mean, you have to. It's like a 1 foot square. Why would you make an elevator that's so narrow?
Listen, Tubby, it's called a pneumatic tube.
Okay, well, that's not very.
And it works just fine if you haven't had that third slice of clandestine pie.
And this huge cauldron.
And the cauldron.
Now, what I want to know, since I'm not the chef between us two witches, what is it that you are boiling in this cauldron that we need to get it downstairs? I need to know.
Well, listen, most of this has to be cooked underground. I mean, I've been watching Martha Stewart a whole lot recently. There is some snakes. There are some snails. There's like a whole like gaggle of puppy dog tails in there. And there's don't worry, they didn't feel a thing. We already decollated them, so it's fine. Plus, there's a whole lot of marijuana in there.
Oh well, good. Okay, good.
We got to get this downstairs so 5-0 doesn't find out what I got.
Right now.
Like, and by 5-0, I mean Zorro.
It's good that you're finally telling me because I've been helping bottle this stuff up and sell it. Now, we have a bit of an operation going on here, and I just want to make sure that we're using our resources well. I mean, puppy dog tails, can you make do with cat tails instead?
It totally changes the flavor.
Maybe it changes it a little bit, but it's cheaper. That's the point. Like, Bob, we need to maximize our profits here. And what is it we're calling this even? I mean, you've just told me to bottle it up.
It's called Witch's Brew. Hello.
Witch's Brew. Okay, so Witch's Brew is marijuana, puppy dog tails, some other shit.
Yeah. Don't forget Eye of Newt Gingrich. You need your Eye of Newt Gingrich.
Oh, hey, it's Dave. Dave is our salesman. Dave, it's great that... Can you take one of these handles on this cauldron here on the side, perhaps?
There are 55 handles.
Actually, I'm just a ghost. I'm kind of haunting the place.
Ghost of Dave Hinkle. Okay.
Yeah. I was killed for being racist.
Now, Dave...
No, that's not fantastic. That's phantasmic.
Dave, when you sell Witch's Brew, do you... is there, like, how much does Witch's Brew cost? I need to know.
Are you looking
Hang on, it's time for my 3 o'clock cackle.
Price by the ounce or price by the bottle? Like, I mean,
Well, by the bottle, so that way I know what I'm handling here.
Okay.
You know, if I accidentally drop a bottle, I want to know how much...
Do not drop that stuff.
I want to know how much is taken out of my paycheck.
Well, so 14.3 ounces, which is the traditional bottle of Witch's Brew. You're looking at about probably 14 gold doubloons or maybe 13.78 in dinar. About 472,000
Don't
lira.
tell him that.
Guys, I've been dead for a long time. What is money worth nowadays? Like, how does this work?
Everything's in a doubloon economy.
Well, I assure you, like, it's probably worth more than the U.S. dollars we have right now. So, hey, okay, that's good to know. Now, why do people buy this shit? Because I don't know why I drink something that has pot and puppy tails in it. Like, honestly, does it get you high or something? I mean, does it give you wings?
Super high.
It turns you into a witch. Like, that's the whole point. You drink the Witch's Brew, and then you are one who is learned. This is
basically biological warfare. We're turning people into witches.
Yeah.
I mean, I lead
for a brief period of time become a werewitch.
So. Okay.
Yeah, it's much better than Ghoul's Brew, you guys. You don't want to drink Ghoul's Brew.
Oh, God, no, I imagine. If that turns you into a ghoul...
you just become a super douche.
Oh, okay.
You like pop your collar.
It turns you into Brendan Fraser?
Actually,
like, is that what it does?
It turns you into a cool ghost, like me. I'm a ghoul. I'm a cool ghost. Pretty hip. I mean, look at these shades. I got Ray-Bans on.
I think You are a pretty cool guy.
Cool ghost. Yeah, it's totally cool.
Okay, well this sucks, so let's stop. Clandestine. We didn't even use the word. That's okay.
Nailed it.
Clamdestine. I like it. Okay.
Red Lobster.
Dave, I regret to ask you, what is your word this week?
All right, let's bring this thing home, you guys. So my word this week is abaddon.
Super racism.
No,
It
it's
is what?
abaddon.
Aladdin with a B?
Abaddon.
Abaddon?
Abaddon. Abaddon.
Okay, I did spell
Sounds like
and-
Abaddon.
Well, no, that's
it
not
is
how you say
Abaddon.
it. It's abaddon. But yes.
I think we've shown that you don't know how to say
Go to
things.
dictionary. Go to dictionary.com.
No, 'cause then we'll know
well,
that-
yeah, but
Is there a
after,
silent
and you're
T
going to
in
listen
this?
to the way that the word is pronounced, and it is abaddon.
Okay. Bob, what do you think abaddon means?
Abaddon. Oh, you got Abaddon there. Abaddon is one of them there things where you like pick it off the you pick it off the tree, and it ain't no good. It's Abaddon. You got yourself Abaddon there.
This podcast has turned into Bob Ball's like work reel. Like he's just going to get so much voice work because we give him characters every week.
Yeah. I'm okay with that, though. I mean, if it means Bob gets work, that means we get rid of him sooner.
Yeah, who doesn't want to help a friend, you know?
Yeah, of course. Abaddon. Okay. Ryan, Abaddon.
It's a guy that you need to seek out who some call a diamond in the buff.
A diamond in the buff.
It's so much funnier than it has any right to be.
Oh, we got to record more early in the morning, you guys. That's the way to go.
I know, it's when all of our racist, stupid shit comes out. A diamond in the buff. So Abaddon is the guy that helps you find the diamond in the buff, right?
No, he is the diamond in the buff.
Oh,
like
he
that's
is,
the
okay.
you got to seek him out. Yeah.
Oh, fucking hell. Okay.
He should
Beanie
be pretty
the
easy
Band.
to find. He's that guy that's naked over there, right?
Okay.
He's definitely Abaddon.
Abaddon. To me, Abaddon is... it's when the pop musical group ABBA gets abandoned. It's... ABBA goes on tour, and let's say they're in Scandinavia, and they're doing their mega Scandinavian tour. And I'm not talking like the country Scandinavia. There's a small town in Wisconsin called Scandinavia. So Scandinavia, Wisconsin, home of about 100 people, a few of which, by the way, are mega hot. Just rolling that out there.
And inbred.
And they are, the group ABBA comes through. They go and play at Scandinavia, Wisconsin's Blueberry Fest, and get left behind. You know, the roadies and the people that drive the trucks and stuff take off without them.
So is it like an intentional kind of they knew they were setting us up for weeks that they were like, all right, guys, we're finally going to get rid of these sons of bitches, this damn band in Wisconsin? Or is it accidental?
I would think. I would think that it's on purpose because abandoned makes it sound like it's a little bit more left behind, kind of. Well, maybe there's not necessarily purpose inherent to that word.
Mamma mia, where's that bus again? I know it was just around here.
Yeah,
Mamma mia,
and see, ABBA,
we're
they
stuck in
stand at-
Scandinavia. My, where is that bus?
And they stand at the one road in Scandinavia, Wisconsin, and they just watch and wait for their bus. And so what happens is, over the course of about 120 years, they slowly fizzle out and die. And so it's the ghost of ABBA that's waiting at the one road for their bus to come. So if you are driving through Scandinavia, Wisconsin, you may see the ghost of ABBA singing,
hold on to your papers.
singing Dancing Queen.
We'll never find our bus now.
You are
Where
the
are the
dancing
roadies'
queen.
trucks now?
Only 17.
50 years ago.
And so Spooky Ghosts of ABBA is Abaddon. It's ABBA that got abandoned to become ghosts to wait for their bus to come. That's Abaddon. Yeah. Dave, what does Abaddon mean? Am I right? Am I right? Tell me
no.
right.
Well, kind of. I mean, you said Wisconsin, so Abaddon is a place of destruction, the depths of hell. So yes, you are correct.
Yeah,
Any place in Wisconsin
pretty
is pretty much the depths of hell.
That's close. Yeah, I am close. I am close there.
It's a place cheese goes to die. Horrible, horrible fried death.
Delicious.
So it is from the Hebrew, and it literally means destruction. So a place of destruction, the depths of hell. Another word.
That
is
sounds like the
Apollyon.
last minute. That sounds like the last minute of Clandestine Fest at Red Lobster. Because everyone's like, this is it, last chance. It's like Black Friday on crack.
Yeah, it's like 2:30 p.m. You got 1 minute left to clear your plate, to clear your table of clams.
And they take it away, right?
Yeah, before the, because at Red Lobster they put
disappear?
these little bulldozers on the table that just push the clams down onto the floor. And then there's like a little Roomba bot that comes by and scoops them up. Once those clams hit the floor, they're no good. So,
well, otherwise, once the clock strikes 3:21 p.m., is that like, do the clams go sour? Do they turn into like spiders or something? Like, that's what I'm trying to gauge.
like Cinderella, like reverse Cinderella. Yeah, they turn into spiders, and they basically leap at you and lunge at your neck, bite you, and then you get turned into a spider. And then the next year, you turn into a clam, and then you turn back to a spider, and it's a whole, repeating system.
Grapefruit spiders. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, well, Dave, you have to assign us a thing to talk about or do with Abaddon.
Okay, so all three of you are members of ABBA. I think ABBA's a three-man band. Sure, let's go with it. Sure. And you've just been left in Wisconsin, Scandinavia, Wisconsin. You've just been left, and you are in the middle of Cheese Fest, the annual celebration of cheese that goes on in Scandinavia, Wisconsin.
Oh, that sounds so wonderful.
And you don't know the English word for the English way to say I am allergic to cheese. So you're trying to describe to everyone that's trying to shove cheese in your face that if you eat any cheese, you are going to die.
Okay. Oh, that's no good.
Thirsty, hardy, bleardy.
Beardy, beardy.
She's the beer going to eat the burly.
Are you both the Swedish chef? Did I not get the memo that ABBA is a group of Swedish chefs?
No, the Swedish chef is the drummer of ABBA. Like, I thought you would know this. Come on.
Okay.
Thirsty, bleardy, hurdy.
Thirsty, me here. Where'd you like it from? A cheese curd?
I just love Ryan's bird. Like it's like a prepubescent ABBA, like voice cracking.
Oh my God, guys! Look, is that the ghost of Hootie and the Blowfish?
Oh, did they get abandoned here too?
Why you punish me?
No, thank you. I don't need that cheese. If I eat that, I'll become Flurgenhagen. No.
I don't understand where.
No, it's Flurgenhagen.
Oh, they're abandoning us. There, I used the word. Fuck you guys. That's it.
Nailed it.
I'm just glad that I heard you guys do the Flurgendurgen Bedurgen.
See, I like the idea that ABBA, like, they can't speak English other than in their music, so like if they're trying to communicate to people, they have to be like, oh, when you're near me, darling, can't you hear me? SOS.
But like to be abandoned, like they took all the instruments with them, like the roadies and stuff. They're like, yeah, we're gonna sell this stuff. Like screw them, they're gonna die in Wisconsin. So
sticks and spoons and stuff, and they make noise using that. They make their music. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That's actually how they recorded their first album.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds sick.
So give 14 points to Ryan for having such a solid Flurgendurgen, and 14.4 to Bob Ball for actually using the word Flurgendurgen.
Okay. Well, that's not your word this week, but okay, I just assigned the point.
No, well, actually, that's how you say Abaddon in Swedish is Flurgendurgen.
Flurgendurgen?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's it. We need to do the thing. I'm mixing it up this week because it's Halloween.
No escalator pitch?
Oh, Jesus. God fucking, we have not done an escalator pitch the whole show. All right, we're going to do round robin escalator pitches. I'll go first. Decollate. Behead. But it also means when you have to get to class on time. You've got 2 minutes to get there. You're running through Bolton Hall. I'm thinking back to the university I went to. And you're like, holy fuck, you know, everybody's lined up at this elevator. I have to take the escalator. I don't know why there's an escalator at my university, but apparently there is. And you're like, I got to get there on time. And you accidentally run into Count Chocula. And your papers spill everywhere. You throw them together. I feel like we've all been there. It's a very relatable thing. Like, for instance, this is a real story. When I graduated from school, my very last exam, I was almost late for. I woke up late, and I had to drive across town and get there, and I fucking ran in the door with like a minute left and aced that shit. And so I think that it can, like, that moment of desperation or decollate, where you either behead someone or you spill your shit everywhere and you have to sort it back in a C+ manner, it can lead to a moment of heroic Zorroism. And so that's what I'm going with, is decollate. That's why I think it's the word of the week. Bob Macabre. Escalator pitch.
I will be on a much shorter escalator than you were. You see, you don't want one of them bad uns. You don't want a bad un. You also don't want to cut the head off Dracula. That's a bad time. What you need is some macabre in your life. It's like a chupacabra that wears mascara. It's macabre.
That's a very
macabre.
That is 2 tablespoons of wonderful right there.
Yeah, I like that. I like how you saved that shit. That's we could have used that earlier, but I like it a lot.
I know I came up with it late, but it's okay. It's there.
Ryan, clandestine or clandestine.
Yeah. I just think Red Lobster just needs that, and they're like, if they really want to boost sales for Q4, that's what they're going to have to do. And I just think it's the spookiest way to do things in secret, you know, is to do things clandestinely. And Hot Topics up here on the left, guys. So
Run, Dave! Run!
Dave, a bad un.
All right, so this whole episode has just been one giant shit show.
Racist.
Yeah,
racist as fuck.
Just really.
I apologize to everyone.
And you should apologize, because you're all racist assholes. And here I am trying to be kind to our listeners, our multi-ethnic group of listeners, who span the world over and come from very different creeds. You know, our Scott Stapps and our Scott Stapps out there.
Arms wide open.
But I think you know, Abaddon is a very fitting word for this episode, because we've all together gone down into the depths of hell.
Yes, we have.
Together as a group of good Dantes, and we've, you know, discovered that you're all racist, and I'm pretty awesome. And
we are.
Yeah.
Okay, someone's projecting really hard.
And Abaddon is a great word because it starts with the letter A, and then it's B, and then it's A, and then it's D, and then it's D, and then it's O, and then it's N. And it's like all the front letters in the alphabet, like all the early ones, you know, like all the good ones, before you get down into your R's and your Q's, and like really the sewer system of the alphabet. So just all around, Abaddon is just an amazing word that I pronounced correctly, and is just so fitting for this episode. So choose it, please. Vote for Abaddon 2013 comptroller, local comptroller.
Okay. All right, those are our escalator pitches. What I thought we could do this week is have all of us not vote on the word, but vote on who the wordsmith is.
Okay.
So, we're going to crack this voting open. I'll start. I'll say that the person that I think rose above the rest is definitely not Racist Dave.
Eliminate that.
I'm eliminating. I think the person that maybe was the closest, that I enjoyed their definitions the most, was probably Ryan. Ryan, I'm going to say that you're the wordsmith. You're the word master of the week. You're the count word killer. And I think you get it this week. So Ryan, I want you to vote on someone that, of course, isn't yourself, that you think is the wordsmith of the week.
Well, I think we're going to have to go with Bob after the chupacabra with mascara for that. Even though it's his own word, I think that just basically rose above everything else. Rose above the hate and the racism, specifically. So
Rise above.
Bob, your vote.
I'm going to, instead of picking one of us, I'm going to pick. Okay, fine. I'll pick one of us. But because all I could picture was a chupacabra wearing mascara, and it's like he's in drag. I'm like, come on, you're fooling nobody.
It's very tough for him to put it on though with his sharp talons. Like, how do you hold the mat? Is it a brush? Is it a comb? Like, what is the?
It's like a little brush.
He has like this. It's like a rotating brush. He like flips a light switch and it comes on, and then he just walks face first into it. So there's mascara everywhere.
Oh yeah, it's like a Rube Goldberg machine.
Okay, so I'm stealing thunder away. I'm going to go ahead and pick Racist Dave.
Oh.
Wow.
I don't know who that Racist Dave guy is, but he sounds delightful.
Yeah, he's a bad one, you know.
He's a bad one. He's a bad one.
He's a bad one.
Racist Dave, it's your vote. Who do you think the wordsmith of the week was?
It's got to go to Mike. Clandestine and just like clam days at Red Lobster is just the funniest friggin' thing this week. MC Clamor, that's just gold. I've got to give it up to Mr. Suzik.
All right, well, that means that it's tied, which completely fucking defeats the purpose of what I was trying to do. I was going to have the person that was wordsmith of the week pick the word of the week, but they couldn't pick their own, so there was a trade-off. You fucking idiots. Like, it made perfect sense in my brain, and you guys had to go and fuck it up with your stupid vote. Like, I feel like you guys just filibustered me. What in the ever-living fuck? Like, how am I supposed to run a tight-knit show with racist people just running around, fucking screwing up? Like, I feel like you just voted for Ron Paul, and, like, you didn't even vote for
Sounds like somebody's
president.
got some sand up inside their clamshell.
Like you voted for Ron Paul for, like, treasurer, and it didn't make any sense. You know, that's what I feel like you did. You voted for a third party that isn't even running for the fucking thing. So thanks a lot, Dave.
I tell you what, I will wear the mantle of wordsmith this week. It is a heavy burden.
No, now because of that,
I will take one for the team.
No, because of that, we've got to start all over again. Now that we're all even, Bob, we are going to vote for the word of the week. And hopefully we don't fucking split that, too. I'll start it out. I'm going to say that the word of the week is clandestine. I loved the clam thing. I want to go to I'm not even a seafood eater, and I want to go to Red Lobster, try and find the grapefruit. So I'm all about clandestine. I think Ryan's word wins this week. Ryan, you get to vote now.
All right, we're going with Bob again, mainly because he chose a word that rhymes with his name. Macabre Bob.
Oh, Bob, does your name, is it B-O-B-R-E?
I think it is Barbara.
That's exactly how it's spelled.
Bob,
Barbara.
It's your vote, even though you tried to fucking take wordsmith.
Hello, Barbara. The word of the week is macabre.
What? No, you can't vote for your own.
God damn it.
Okay, fine. The word of the week is it's like I don't even care now. I can't vote for myself. It really is all about me.
You do this every week, I know.
Yeah. Listen to Pop Quizzical, guys.
Yeah, Pop Quizzical. It's www.internet.com. Just go find it. How about we go ahead and pick a bad one? That's a bad one.
Oh, I'm liking the Dave love coming from Bob this week. Thank you, buddy.
All right,
Dave. No. I want to change my vote. I want to vote for the chupacabra wearing mascara.
Okay. Well,
do you have a word?
Dave, it's your last. It's you get the last vote.
My last vote ever. You guys are going to ship me out on a on a piece of ice like some kind of Inuit shame, like part of the village.
You get to vote between decolate, macabre, and clandestine.
I got to go with decolate because it's
fucking goddamn
dude. It's an interesting word. We got the whole like Casper Hunchback from it.
I hate you all.
And how about this week? None of us win, but how about the listeners? How about they're the winners this week, you guys?
Yeah, okay.
For sticking through it to this point,
who wins?
Ignoring
equal rights activists, because they
speaking
just
of listener wins, you can join us on Facebook at facebook.com/wordrango. You can also do it on Twitter. It's twitter.com/wordrango. I know, strangely enough. I would like to thank all of our new Facebook friends because we love each and every one of you. And we are not even secretly racist. We're not. We love all of you.
No,
I don't
apparently
care
we're
what
very
color, what
publicly
creed,
racist.
what religion you are. Just publicly, Dave is racist. But in private, he is a very lovely gentleman. I assure you. I'd like to thank Sam Barsanti, Obo Crazy, Herr Kaplan on Twitter for the love. I would also like to point out our newest review on the iTunes, where you could also leave reviews on iTunes.
Do that.
But this one's by Herr Kaplan. Okay, that's borderline racist again. Let's go with edutaining. Dirty, clever, smart, and dumb all at the same time. The panel has great chemistry and a nerdy word love. I've also learned something from this show. The word papilionaceous basically means in the shape of a butterfly. My hometown has an Italian restaurant called Papillions. Their logo, a butterfly.
Whoa.
Mind blown.
Okay, that's like, if we can get some sponsorship shit out of that. I mean, no one...
Red Lobster doesn't come on board. I don't know what...
I mean, I don't know why they haven't called us yet.
I picture Papillions as like a place you go and you sit down to get your meal and they just open up a dictionary and dump spaghetti on top of it and you just have to like eat it off the dictionary. They make you wear glasses. Yeah, it's like it's just a very...
Yeah, it's word pasta's delicious. Their word pasta is really good.
Word sketty.
Yeah, word sketty. Okay, that's good. Thank you for the review, Herr Kaplan. And everybody else can do that. Subscribe to us on iTunes, rate the show 5 stars, leave us a review, and you'll get your own little set of love, unless it's coming from Dave, in which case he fucking hates your guts irrationally. And apparently you can change 2-star reviews to 5-star reviews on iTunes. See, yeah, that 2-star motherfucker probably listened again and he realized he was wrong, or she. And hey, you know what? I'm ready to forgive you. Thank you for changing.
Or perhaps does not enjoy public shaming.
Probably. But if you are still listening, 2-star asshole, you're not an asshole to me anymore. You're one of my brothers.
Yeah, you transcended from asshole to like fupa. Like you've gone up a little bit.
Yeah, and, at least a little bit. Yeah,
and promote the show some, and you might get to like a pec or like maybe a bicep, a tricep. You know, I don't know. What's the escalation there?
What are you?
The body parts.
What are you?
I'm trying to rank like,
decolation.
the body parts as you go up the body. I don't know.
Well, knees are pretty important. So
you were a foot guy, Dave.
No, I'm a whatever my dad wants me to be guy.
Oh my god. And thank you all for listening. Let us know on Twitter @WordRango. Let us know, or on Facebook, who you think actually won this week, because these 3 fucking idiots can't figure out how to vote in a way. Like, I feel like we need to either kill one of you or get an extra person so we have an odd number, so that way...
If you were to kill one of us, that would be very macabre.
So that way we can have odd voting. I mean, like, I don't know how else to fucking end this show, because like, shit like this is gonna happen every week, I can tell. So please tell us who had the best word. Tell us who fucking performed the best. And I promise, I promise, we will be back next week. We will have a much less racist episode.
No one's going to be clinging to life by a thread.
And
a thread.
And I think that does it. Happy Halloween. If there are syringes sticking out of your candy, like, probably don't eat that.
Yeah.
Unless you're buying syringe candy, in which case that is delicious.
Oh yeah, that's like the candy
wax
that's made out of wax syringes. Yeah.
Where you just drink the
Yeah, it's good for junkies too, because then they can get their fix both ways.
Drink the heroin out of it.
Yeah. And that does it. Thank you all for listening. Thank you, stupid people, for chatting with me again this week. And that's that. Bye.
I'm gonna go have breakfast. What do you guys think about that?